Good afternoon, everybody. Today is April 13, 2022. Today, our lecture is we study mega para purification, smart daily basic concentration, part 65. So, before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. Today we continue learning about the Buddha Nusdi, recollecting or reflecting the special quality of the Buddha. So this is one practice of the samatha, tranquil meditation, to practice with the quality of the Buddha. So you can build up the power, the concentration. So that kind of method is useful to when you before practice meditation, inside meditation Vipassanā, you can learn. You will build up your power concentration with the quality of the Buddha, reflect it again and again. So that's why this is also important. So today we continue talking about the special quality of Buddha is Sattha Deva Manusana. So Pali studying like this. Sattha Deva Manusana. So Deva Manusana. What is the Deva Manusana? So here Pali mention Deva Manusanandi, isn't it? Deva Manusanandi. So the Sattha Deva Manusanand, the word Deva Manusana means Devananja. Deva is a celestial being. Devananja. Celestial being also Ja is also celestial being also Manosananja. Manosa is a human being also. So two was combined. Deva and Manosa. So that's why Deva Manosana. Devananja, Manosananja, Deva Manosana. So the meaning is Deva Manosana meaning is Deva celestial being and Manosa human being. Human being. The meaning is Deva Manosana. So Deva Manosana means celestial being and human being. Okata Paricheda Vasena. Baba Pokala Paricheda Vasena. Chedan Otan. Chedan means cha etan. Chedan is a cha etan. Chedan Otan. Cha is a here no meaning. Etan means in that statement, in that what? Devamanossana. So Devamanossana is just mentioned two kind of living being, celestial being and human being only, isn't it? Why? Many other living beings. So not including the other living beings. So that's why here explained. Here Devamanossana, what of the Devamanossana is Okata Paricheda Sena. Okata is the best one, Okata. Okata is the best one, meaning is Deva, celestial being is two kind of the celestial being, Deva and Brahma. Here, Pali only use Deva, but including Brahma. Brahma also. Brahma is another kind of the celestial being. So according to the Buddhism, there are two kind of celestial being. One kind of celestial being is just like a human being, but they are very, very lustrous person, more lustrous than the human being. So that kind of living being is we call celestial being also, but they are not many different with us, with human being. Another celestial being is Brahma. Brahma is more higher. They don't need the food. Brahma don't need the food. They can survive without food. Because they has a mental power is very, very stronger than the other Deva. So that's why in Pali, sometimes we use only Deva, but that Deva is two kind of Deva. Just normal, the ordinary Deva, ordinary celestial being, and a special celestial being. I mean, special celestial being meaning is they don't need food. Yeah. Brahma, we call in another Pali word is Brahma. They has a very, very strong concentration power. So that's why we have to understand here just only mention Deva, but that Deva meaning is including two different kind of Deva, two different kind of celestial being. Yeah, we have to understand. So here Okata Paricheda Vasena. The best, the best Okata is the best. Paricheda is Paricheda is kind of the group, special, the best group here mentioned. Because to understand the teaching of Buddha, Deva Manosa is the best group. The other living being, there are many, many different kind of living being, like an animal, like hungry ghosts, like a demon. They have very rare chance to understand the teaching of Buddha. That celestial being and human being is the best group to understand, to learn the Dharma, to learn the teaching of Buddha, and then to practice the teaching of Buddha, isn't it? So that's why the celestial being and human being is the best group among the various kind of living being. They are the best to understand the teaching of the Buddha. The meaning here, Okata Paricheda Vasena. According to the best group to understand the teaching of Buddha, That's why here mention only Deva and Manusa. Deva Manusa. Okay, so you need to understand Deva has two different kind of celestial being. Deva is and Manusa is we understand Manusa is like us human being. Yeah, various kind of human being. Yeah, so that's why here the only two living beings mentioned Deva Manusa, celestial being and human being. And then another one. Another reason is Bhava Bogala, isn't it? Bhava Bogala Paricheda Vasena. Bhava is able to understand. Bogala is a person. So able to understand the teaching of Buddha. You know, the qualification, how to understand the teaching of Buddha. We need a person, need qualification, isn't it? Not everybody understand the teaching of Buddha. It's not possible. It's not possible. Yeah. So here, Baba Bugala meaning is a capable person or the person who are able to understand and practice the teaching of Buddha. So that kind of person is not many, I think. Not too many. Not too many. Even though, you know, at the Buddha time, Buddha cannot teach everybody. Some few, many living beings, few person Buddha teach. They can understand. They are able to understand the teaching of Buddha, isn't it? So that's why here, Baba meaning is capable or able to understand the teaching of Buddha. Baba, we call in Pali. So Baba, Ababa, we use in Pali. Baba, Ababa. Ababa meaning is that person, no qualification, no chance to understand the teaching of Buddha. Yeah. So we have to understand like that, okay? So Baba Pugala is a person who has a qualification to understand the Buddha, teaching of the Buddha. So that kind of group, Parichita. Vasena is according to the person, the group of the person who are able to understand the teaching of Buddha. So that's why he mentioned only Deva and Manusa. Deva and Manusa is the Baba Pogla, able to understand. Not all, but some are able to understand the teaching of Buddha. So that meaning, Baba Pogla Paricheda Vasena. So according to that two reasons, the best person, the best group of the person to understand the Buddha according to that reason. And another reason is the person who are able to understand the teaching of the Buddha. So these two reasons we use Deva Manusana. Only Deva and Manusa. Ota, we call. Ota is we talk. We talk. Only Deva and Manusana. Yeah. Okay. Agawa Pana. So Pana even though just mention these two, the best and then the person able to understand the teaching of Buddha, but Bhagawa, Buddha, Tirichana Katanambi. You know, Tirichana Katanambi means animal. Even though animal, Nusasani Patanina. Nusasani is a thing. Buddha thing the teach the Dhamma. Nusasani Patanina. Padana is a given the teaching to the animal also. Tirichana Katana B means Tirichana is animal. Tirichana Katana B, even though the animal, the Buddha given the teaching, his teaching to the animal. So that's why Buddha we call Sattha Yeva. Sattha means a teacher. Sattha Yeva. Yeah. Not only Deva and Manusa, but also the animal also. Buddha teach. But they understand it doesn't matter. They understand or not. It doesn't matter. Sometimes Buddha teach, they get little benefit. It's okay. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. That's why we say Buddha is Sattha. Sattha Deva Manusana. So Sattha Deva Manusana meaning is Buddha is the teacher of Deva and Manusa, celestial being, human being, including the other animal and other living being also. But we just mentioned the best person group, Deva and Manusa. But including the other living being also, we have to understand. Because Buddha gave the teaching, Anusasani Padanina, to animal, Tirichana Katanambi, to animal also. Okay? So it is true. It is that statement is true. Tebi means these animals. Tebi, these animals. Bhagawa to from the Buddha. To is from. Bhagawa is Buddha. Bhagawa to from the Buddha. Dhamma sawana. Dhamma sawanena. Dhamma is a teaching of Buddha. Sawana is the listening. Dhamma sawana. Huh? Dhamma sawana is a listening. The Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. So the animal also they can listen the teaching of the Buddha. Yeah. So that's why Dhamma sawana wasena, by the listening the Dhamma talk, Upanisaya Sampatti. Upanisaya is very, very strong, dependent the condition. Yeah, Upanisaya. Upanisaya, very strong, dependent condition. Sampatti is kind of full the power of the strongly dependent condition. Patoa. Patoa means rich. Yeah, that kind of condition is very important. Upanisya, power Upanisya is very, very important. So that's why, even though the human being, many human beings, some human being has a chance to learn the Dharma, to learn the teaching of Buddha. Very few, very, very few, because these person only have a strongly dependent condition. They have. The other person don't have a strongly dependent condition before in the previous life. So lacks of that kind of strongly dependent the condition meaning is a parami in the previous life. So they can't. They don't want to learn, and they don't know the Dharma. So like this. They don't have the chance to listen the Dharma talk, and even though listen the Dharma talk, they don't understand like this. Because of the Upanishya Sampati, the fulfill of the strongly dependent condition is little that person cannot understand the Dharma. Even though they see the Buddha, they don't understand what the Buddha talk. So that Upanishya is very important. Upanishya is another word we call parami. In the previous slide, if we don't have parami, we don't have a Upanishya Sampati. So here Upanishya Sampati meaning is parami, perfection. In the previous slide, we accumulate the various kind of perfection, to understand the Dharma, isn't it? So that kind of power, this is a kind of the very, very strongly supporting power to understand the Dharma, So that's why here the Pali mentioned Upanishya Sampati Patawa. So reaching the power of the very strongly dependent condition to understand the Dharma. Daya eva. Daya eva. Daya eva means because of that Upanishya Sampati, because of that, Daya eva means because of that very strongly powerful condition. Upanishya Sampatiya. Here is the mention. Daya eva Upanishya Sampatiya. Because of this very strongly power of condition, Tudiya is a second life. Tudiya in the second life also. Tadiyewa or that life. Or that life. Tadiyewa or that in the that life Attabawi. Adabhawe meaning here Adabhawe is the kind of the Nama and Rupa life. Tadiwa Adabhawe. Tadiwa Adabhawe meaning in the life, in the third life. Third life meaning is a Nama and Rupa, isn't it? Body and mind. Adabhawe here is body and mind. Mega Pala Bhagino. Mega is a part. Pala is here is fruition. Pala. Mega Pala. So the meaning is to begin the noble person, Arya. Mega Pala Bhagino means to begin the noble person, Arya, noble person. Yeah, Hondi. Hondi is begun. So that meaning is even though the animal listening the teaching of Buddha, animal life is no chance to fully understand the teaching of Buddha, Dharma, because animal life. But listening, that kind of listening is strongly dependent condition supporting to understand in the next life, second life, Tudiwa, or Tatiwa Atabawe, in the third life. They began the noble person because of that parami. Yeah, that profession make them to be, power to understand the Dharma. So that's why, that's why we Buddha is Sattva, teacher of Deva and Manusa, celestial being and the human being and animal also, the all living being. We can say all living being. But here Deva and Manusa, only Deva and Manusa, just two group mentioned is because of we already mentioned, we already talk about that one. So that's why Buddha is Sattva Deva Nusana. That meaning is Buddha is Sattva is a teacher, Deva Nusana is a teacher of the celestial being and human being. But not only these two kinds, but also the other living being as well. We have to understand, okay? Okay, so that's why here in the translation like this, of God and man. They translate like the God and man. But the celestial being is better. The God is not, I think, is not suitable word for the Deva. The celestial being is better. But you have to understand celestial being is two kinds. And then Manosana is a man, but no, not man, only man. Woman also, they understand the Dharma. So not only man. So English translation is not good, I think. And God and man. I should be translate celestial being and a human being. It's better, I think. For the Pali, Deva Manosana. So Devanancha, Manosanancha, so the resolution of the compound was compound. Two noun, compound, combined. Deva Manosana. Anyway, so you have to understand Deva is a celestial being, Manosa is a human being, because of they are very, very good chance to understand the Dharma. So that's why we represent these two groups, Deva and Manosa. Okay? So this is a set in order to denote those who are the best, Ukata. In Pali, we already say the best, Ukata. Ukta is the best. Because the Deva Manosa is the best guru to understand the Dharma. One the Buddha teach them. Yeah. But that meaning is not only Deva Manosa understand the Dharma, but also the other different living beings also they can understand. Or just listening and then they get some power supporting Upanishad, somebody, and then they get in the next second life or third life, they become the noble person. The meaning is that they can fully understand the Dharma. Yeah. So the best, and also to denote those persons capable of the progress. Progress means progress in the Dharma. Progress in the Dharma is Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So three kind of training. Sila is a morality, the training of the morality, the training of the concentration, the training of the wisdom. So three sikha in Pali. We call Sila Sikha, Samadhi Sikha, and Panya Sikha. Sikha is a kind of the training. We need these three training to progress, to get the progresses, the Dharma. That's why he translate like the capable of the progress. Progress means progress in the Dharma. Progress understanding in the Dharma. That meaning. So for the blessed one meaning is for the Buddha as a teacher. As a teacher, bestow his teaching upon an animal as well. Not only celestial being a human being, animal also. Because for one animal can listening the blessed one Dharma, but the Buddha gave the Dharma talk, so they acquire the benefit. The benefit means a suitable reward. Kind of the suitable reward, so reborn as a human being, reborn as a celestial being, so they can really easily understand what the Buddha taught. So that kind of benefit they will get, isn't it? In the second life or in the third life. So the support for the progress with the benefit of that same support, they come in their second life, in their third rebirth, third life, to partake, to attain the path and its fruition. So mega and phala. Mega phala, attain a mega phala means that they become the noble person, isn't it? So direct meaning is that they become the noble person. Yeah. So that meaning. So this is a very important to understand. So not properly understanding why use Deva Manosa. The other living being is no chance to listen the Dhamma talk and no chance to learn the Dharma. So maybe some person complain. That's fine. Yeah, we have to discuss it like this. Okay. So more detail explaining here. Manduka Deva Buddha Deo Chitta. Cha is a continuously explanation. Ita in that topic. Manduka is a frog. Manduka, frog. Deva Buddha is a celestial being. Yeah. audio, etc., etc. Nidasana. Nidasana means very suitable to point out. Nidasana is very suitable to point out, very, what we say, the kind of proof. Proof meaning is after listening the Dhamma talk from the Buddha, that kind of animal, has a chance in the next second life or third life become a noble person. That kind of benefit is here true. This story is true. So what happened at the Buddha time? So that this story, past story is real story. At the Buddha time, really happened that one. Buddha Ipsat mentioned that story. Okay, so Bhagavati Kira Kakara Pakraniya Tiri. Kakara is a name of the Pakra is the lake, like a Washington Lake. Lake Washington. Lake Washington is a name of the lake, isn't it? Like this, Kakara Pakraniya is Lake Kakara. Lake Kakara, not Lake Washington. Lake Kakara. So Gagara is the name of the lake. Maybe that lake is not natural lake, maybe human being making. So that's why maybe Gagara is the name of the queen. We don't know exactly because of no mention about that one, but maybe. It doesn't matter. It's just this is the name of the lake. Was it? Okay. Kakara Pakraniya. Tire is a bank. The bank of the lake. Tire is a bank. So bank means the shore of the lake. The shore of the lake we call bank, or the lake bank of the river. Huh? Yeah. Tire. So tire is Champa Nakara Wasina. So Champa is a name. Nakara is a city. So that city name is Nakara. Sorry, Chamba. Chamba is the name of the city. Wasina is the person who living in that city. So Chamba Nakara Wasina means the people who live in the Chamba city. Okay. So like the Seattle, the Washington Lake, like this. Dhamma is a Dhamma talk. Desiyamani. So Desiyamani means that the Buddha gave the Dhamma talk. You can imagine That's the situation. Huh? The Samba city, the who live in the Samba city, they are listening the Dharma talk near the Lake Kakara. Near the Lake Kakara. Dharma talk, very, very great, the audience, maybe the all city, the person who live in the city, maybe great audience, very close to the Lake Kakara. At the time, what happened? Here mentioned Ego Manduko. Ego is one. Manduko is a frog. One frog. One frog. Bhagavato, the Buddha, Sari. Sari is a sound. Because the frog is the animal, so the animal don't know what the Buddha Dhamma talk. What is the Buddha Dhamma talk? But he know that sound is very soft and very, sweet sound. That animal know. His feelings like this. The animal feelings like this. So here, Bhagavato Sari. Sari is a sound. Buddha, very smooth, very soft, and very sweet sound. The Dhamma talk, when the Buddha gave the Dhamma talk. Nimitta. So that kind of, the nimitta side, the animal, the frog, accuracy. Accuracy means take. Accuracy meaning is take, meaning is he like. The frog like. That's the sound of the Buddha. Because animal don't understand Dhamma. But just all the sound is very good. He feel like this, sweet, and then So what happened at the time? Down, ego, which palako. Ego is one. Vacha palako. Vacha is the calm. Palaka is the person is a calm heart. The calm heart meaning is the person like the protect protect the calm, the person. We call in Pali Vicha Palako. In English is calm heart. COWHERD, calm heart. So the person who take care of the calm. Yeah. Take care of the calm. So that person also in the end of the audience, that person also dan. The dan is with the danda. Danda is a stick. Because the person who care the calm, he has a stick. So dandan stick all over. All over is push or pressed. All over. Ditando means standing. Yeah, he standing and pressing the stick. And then he also listening the Dhamma talk of the Buddha. But unfortunately, that stick press the CC. CC is a head of the fraud. Sanirumbito. Sanirumbito, I mean, is the stick is head of the frog. Separate, atasi, standing in there. So you can imagine the frog dying in that situation. So saw means the fraud, that fraud. Tao Dewa, during at the time, Kalang Katwa. Kalang Katwa means Kalang is the time. Kalang Katwa means at the during the time the fraud died, unfortunately. But the fraud the Marana Sana is very close. The Chitta is very clean because of the listening, the Dharma. But he doesn't, even though he doesn't understand the Dharma, but he is good, sounds like this. So that's what he towering Pawani. He reborn in the towering celestial being. He reborn and tower in the celestial being. So the very important, very close to dying. That moment is very important. So even though fraud anymore, but his mind at the time very clean, clear, the mental defilement at the time, and then he died unfortunately. But he's lucky, I think. He reborn in the celestial being, towering sun. Towering sun is second, celestial plane. Second celestial plane. Chadu Maharajika, towering sa, Yama, Tudisa, Nimanarati, Pranimita, Usawadi. So six kind of celestial plane. So here, second one, towering sa, Pavani. Dwarasa Yojaniki. Wow. Dwarasa is 12. Dwarasa. Yojana is a kind of measurement, at the Buddha time used that kind of yojana. Dwarasa 12 yojana. Kanaka Vimani. Kanaka is go. Kanaka is Pali, Kanaka is a go. So Pali, go is a Pali, many different words. Suwana also go. Pali Suwana also go. Here Kanaka also go. So his mention, that celestial being mentioned is made of gold. So that means Kanaka Vimani. Vimani is a mansion. Vimani is a mansion. So Kanaka Vimani meaning is that mansion made of gold. Nebati means reborn in there. So in the celestial beings, no need to be in the mother one. They become simultaneously born. We call Padisani, 4 kind of Padisani. Upapati Padisani. We call him Pali Upapati Padisani. Simultaneously born. everything is, completely. Yeah. Okay. Sutta Buddhoya Cha. Cha means continuously explaining. Chutta Buddho. Sutta is not Sutta. Sutta is not Sutta. Here Sutta means sleeping. Sutta means sleeping. Sleeping person. Sutta Buddho means just wake up. Just wake up the person who sleep like this. Viya is like this. So that Pali is mentioned the person from this life dying and reborn in the celestial being. That person feeling is like this. Just wake up. Oh, it happened like this. So the frog before the life is an animal frog, but he is a very luxurious situation. He born, his machine is cool. So he wake up like this. So the Pali is saying like this. Sutta Pabudoviya Tata. Tata is in that golden mansion. Tata means in that golden mansion. Golden mansion. Ichara Sangha Pariuta. Achara is the celestial, female celestial being. Achara. Achara means a female celestial being. Female celestial being. Sangada means not only one, many. A group. Sangada. Pariuda meaning is Pariuda is they are gathering because they're waiting the person coming. So Ichara Sangada Pariuda. So he reborn in the celestial being. He just wake up. He's looking around, man. He's female celestial being. He saw them situation. Adana and Diswa. Adana is himself. Diswa. Look at himself. Oh, he very surprised. Huh? His mansion is a golden mansion, and man is celestial, female, and surrounding him. So he say here Pali array, no array. Array is just exclamation. Oh my God, like this. Oh my goodness. In English, I think. Oh my goodness. Like this. Array. Pali array means oh my goodness. Hambi. Ham the iron also. Hambi nama. Oh, even though I'm in the previous life, I'm the animal. That kind of person I also. Ida Nibado. Here reborn. He very, very surprised about himself. Because the celestial being, they know the past life. They know the past life and what kind of the wholesome make that kind of reborn here. They know. They can remember. So that's why that celestial being, understood. Oh, I'm just like an animal frog. Here I get that kind of celestial place. I'm reborn here. So Ida Nipato. Here I'm born. Kenu ko kamakasi. What I make the karma in the previous life. Game is kind of the question. Kenu ko kamakasi. Kamakasi means make a karma, make an action. What kind of wholesome action I make in the previous life? Awijando. Awijando means the thinking. Awijando is embodying. Awijando is you're reflecting or thinking again. So, inyan kenchi adasa na inyan kenchi adasa. Inyatra bhagavato sare nimedeka. So, inyan means the other. Kenchi means is some kind of some the karma action, not adasa. Na is together with the adasa. Adasa is a saw, so na is a not. Na adasa means not saw. He did not see. He did not see the other kind of the wholesome deed. Anyatra bhagavato sari nimitekaha. Just only he saw the kind of the wholesome deed is Buddha saw. Only Buddha saw take. So he's so surprised. Just I only take a Buddha saw is good. So just I take it like this. I'm reborn here. He understood everything. He know everything like this. That meaning, not the other, the wholesome deed. Because animals know not many chance to do wholesome deed, isn't it? So just the kind of things make a reborn here. He know like this, so saw that celestial being, Tawadeva. Tawadeva means during at the time. Saha, together, Vimanena. Vimanena means together with his mansion. You can imagine, together with mansion. Together his house. Go to the Buddha. Agandoa. Agandoa means go to Agandoa is go to the Buddha. Buddha Bhagavato Padi. Bhagavato means the Buddha. Pada is the foot. Sarira with the head. Sirada, sorry, Sirasa. Sira is head. Sirasa means with the head. Wundi. Wundi is pay respect. Pay respect to the Buddha foot with his head. Because that kind of, that kind of reborn as a celestial being give by the Buddha for him. That's why he very respectfully to the Buddha with the Buddha food, with his has appear as well like this. Yeah. So that story is a real story, huh? At the Buddha time happened. So that's why that slasher being we call Manduka Diva Buddha. Manduka Diva Buddha meaning is a frost slasher being. Frost slasher being. Manduka Diva Buddha. So this is a very, very strongly proof to say the Buddha is a teacher of all living beings, even though animal. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here English translation like this: Manduka, the deity son. The Deva Buddha is the directly translation. Deva Buddha is the deity son, but I think Deva Buddha is a kind of the slasher being. So another illustrate this. While the Buddha was teaching the Dharma to the inhabitants of the city of Champa on the bank of the Kakara lake. So it seemed a fraud, Manduka, apprehend the sign in the Buddha's soul, Buddha's pride. So a calm heart who was standing and leaning on the stick, put his stick on the frog head and then crushed head. So he died. The frog died and then was straight away reborn in the celestial being, Divine Palace. Divine Palace is a golden palace. 12 leaves brought in the ring of the 33 celestial being is a towering sun. So he found himself there. If waking up from the sleep, amidst a host of celestial as a female celestial being, and then he exclaimed, "So I have actually been reborn here. What deed did I do in the past life?" So when he sought the reason, he found it was none other than his appreciation of the sign of the Blessed One voice. Only he take Buddha and Dhamma talk sound only. Doesn't understand the meaning, but only sound. So he went with his divine palace at once to the Buddha and paid homage at his feet. Yeah. Okay. So that's why we call the Buddha is Sattha Deva Manusana, the teacher of celestial being and human being, including the other living being. Okay. Okay, so that's why here the kind of the pauses here. Bhagava Chanandowa Uchi. Bhagava is a Buddha. Chanandowa means a Buddha already know that happening. That happening meaning is the frog dying and reborn in a celestial being like this. The Buddha know. So Chanandowa means even though the Buddha knowing that happening, but Buddha Pochi means Buddha acts to the celestial being. Because Buddha let no other as well. Because the other person they don't know about that. Just only Buddha know, and then the celestial being also he knew himself. But the other person don't, because of many audience at the time. Buddha Dhamma talk is not finished yet at the time. He died and reborn in a celestial being, go down the here and he pay respect to the Buddha. So the other audience, they don't know who is this? Why he coming, and what is purpose? They have a lot of questions. So that's why Buddha asked to him, Bochi. Bochi means Buddha asked to the celestial being, Ko me vandati padani. So Ko is who? The question. English, who? Me is to me. Vandati. Vandati is a pay respect. Padani is, me is mine. Me is mine. Padani is a food. Who pay respect to my food? Who is a pay respect to my food? Buddha know, but ask to because of the other person, to know the other person. So, Adiya Yasasa Chalan. Adiya Yasasa Chalan. Yasasa means Adiya is the power of celestial power. With this celestial power, Yasasa is many the kind of many person. Jalan. Jalan means is very shiny. Very shining, very illuminating. Jalan. Because celestial being is like this, celestial being is like this. So Buddha asks like this, and a big cantina, onena. A big cantina means enjoyable. Onena is kind of the feature. Very enjoyable feature because the celestial beings like that. Sabba. Sabba is together with Disa. Sabba Disa here. Sabba plus Disa together. Sabba Disa. Sabba is all. Disa is a direction. In all direction, all Bhasayam. All Bhasayam means lighting. Lighting all direction. Okay, so Buddha asks like this: who make a pay respect to my food? All direction lighting, very enjoyable feature. Many with the many friends, and the power of the celestial power with the celestial power. So that who are you? Buddha asked like this. So Mandu Kohan Puri Asin. Mandu Kohan. Mandu Kohan means Mandu Kohan. Mandu Kohan. Han is I. That's celestial being replied to the Buddha, answer to the Buddha. I, Puri, in the previous life, Manduko, fraud. Manduko Ase means in the previous life, I am fraud. I am a fraud. he mentioned like this. Udage in the water, Udage, Wari Gocharo. Wari Gocharo. Wari Gocharo is a wari is the water. Gochara is a kind of living place. Yeah. So he answered to the Buddha, Buddha, I'm just a frog in the previous life. My place is in the water. Imagine like this. Tawa, tawa, tawa dhamma. Tawa meaning is you are. You are is referred to the Buddha. Huh? You are Dhamma. Dhamma talk. Sunandasa. I listen. Yeah. I just listen your Dhamma talk. A word awadi. Vachapalakoti. Yeah. Awadi Vachapalakoti meaning is the calm heart. Vachapalakoti is a calm heart. Awadi is the K. Awadi is a K. Not intentionally K, but not intentionally, but yeah, he used a K. Awadi is the calm heart K me. Not intentionally. Calm heart K me. So okay, so here English translation. Through the Blessed One, Buddha know about all things, but the Buddha asks to him, who now pay homage at my foot, shining with the glory of sunset, illuminating all around with beauty so outstanding. So he replied to the Buddha, he answered to the Buddha, in my last life, in my previous life, I was a frog. The water of the pond is my home. It had crowd and my light. So that means the cow had came my life while listening to your Dhamma talk. So the slasher being answered like this. Okay, so Bhagava Tassa Dhamma Desisi. Bhagava, the Buddha, Tassa is referred to the slasher being who before life is a fraud. The fraud slasher being. The fraud slasher being Dhamma Desisi. Buddha again another Dhamma talk to him. Dhamma Desisi means Buddha gave another Dhamma talk to him. So at that time, he is a celestial being. He can understand, isn't it? At the time, what the Buddha teach, he easily understood because he is a celestial being at the time. Yeah. So Chaturasiddhiya. Chaturasiddhi. Chatu is 4. CD is 80, 84. Pana Sahasana. Pana is a living being. Sahasa is 1,000. So here the person who understands the Dharma is 84,000. Chaturasiddhiya Panasahasana means 84,000 the Dhamma listener. Yeah. Dhamma Vipassanā. Dhamma Vipassanā means here Dhamma is a truth, a noble truth. So Dhamma is we use in the different place, a different meaning. Here Dharma is not just only Dharma. The here Dharma is a Four Noble Truth. So Dhamma Abhisamayo. So Abhisamayo is understanding. Understanding the Four Noble Truth meaning is they become the Arya, noble person. How many? 84,000. 84,000 audience. Among the audience, not all, I think. Among the audience, 84,000 listeners, they become the noble person. So that means Dhamma Abhisamayo Hosi. So including the frost pleasure being become the so Deva Buddhobi with celestial being also Sotapati Pali. Oh, he began a Sotapana. So the other person may be different noble stage. Maybe some are Sotapana, maybe some are Sakaragami, maybe some are Nagami, like this. Maybe some are maybe. Yeah. So Dhamma Abhisamayo is just generally saying like this. So in four stage or the noble person. But Deva Buddha, celestial being only Sotapati, Sotapana. Sotapati Pali, and the fruition of the string entry stage, Patetaya. Patetaya means he established Sating Katoa. Or Sitang, sorry. Sitang Katoa. Sitang is a smile. Sitang Katoa. Katoa is a make. He make a smile. Because he very, very happy. Sitang Katoa. Pakkamiti. Pakkami is depart. Depart means he disappear from in front of the Buddha. He go back to the celestial plane. He go back to the celestial plane like this. So yeah, that story is very good example. The animals listening Dhamma talk, but don't understand, but they get some benefit to progress in the next life. Okay, so that's why here in the translation, the Blessed One Buddha taught him the Dharma, another Dharma. So 84,000, the creature came penetrating to the Dharma. So Dharma here is a Four Noble Truth. As soon as the deity son began established the fruition of the string entry is Sotabana. Fruition is a flame. He smiled, the Sitang Katoa. He smiled and then vanish. Vanish means disappear. The disappear means Pakkami is depart to his celestial plane. So yeah, this is a very good example to understand that our Buddha is teacher for celestial being, a human being, including other living being. Okay. So this is a meaning of the Sattadeva Nusana. Okay. Okay. So Pali continue explaining a little bit more. Here, another the quality, special quality of Buddha is Sattadeva Manusana. After Sattadeva Manusana, what? Buddho, isn't it? Sattadeva Manusana, Buddho, Bhagawa. So the last quality is Bhagawa. So before the last one is Buddho. Here is plain Buddho. So studying Pali, studying like this. Yampana. Pana is another different special quality of Buddha is Yang Chi. You know, Yang Chi is Yang Chi is everything or something. Ati is there is something. Nyeyanama. Nyeyanama. Nyeya. Nyeya meaning is need to understand. Need to understand. Need to understand. Nyeya. So Nyeyanama. So some Dharma. So here Yang Chi means some Dharma. There's a some Dharma. Need to understand. Yeah. So that kind of Sabba Siva. Sabba is all. Sabba Siva. Sabba Siva is Sabbasa Eva. Sabbasa Eva means all of these understand Dharma. Buddhata. Buddhata means no. Buddha here Buddha is a no. Knowing. That's why we call Buddha. So knowing meaning here is including no teacher. He understands himself without teacher. So here Vipassanā Kenya na Vipassanā. Vipassanā Kanya Vipassanā sorry. Vipassanā Vipassanā Kanyana Vipassanā. Isn't it? Vimokkha is a freedom. Vimokkha. Vimokkha Antika. Antika is ant. The ant of the freedom meaning is arhat. Yeah. So ant of the freedom meaning is the person who are free from the all mental defilement. The meaning. Vimokkhanti. Vimokkhantika. Vimokkhantika is that kind. So the arhat. Jnana is a wisdom. Vipassanā is a power. The power of wisdom, because only wisdom, destroy all mental defilement, isn't it? No more left. No more left of the mental defilement. So only wisdom can do that. So that's why he mentioned Buddha understand all Dharma should be understood. All kind of Dharma in the world, in the universe, all kind of Dharma Buddha knew with the wisdom. That wisdom is destroy or removing or eradicating of all mental defilements. That's why we call Buddha. So here Nyaya is all kind of the Namarupa. Buddha know. Buddha know all kind of Namarupa. In a human being, Nama and Rupa, animal being, Nama and Rupa, celestial being, Nama and Rupa, Brahma, Nama and Rupa, all kind of Nama Rupa, Buddha know. And the Vikara is the special materiality. Vikara is a 5 kind of Vikara. The materiality we learn in the chapter 6. The Kaya Vinyati, Vichi Vinyati, Buddha know. Buddha know the kind of special, the materiality, the Rupa, Vikara Rupa. Kaya Vinyati, bodily animation, Vichi Vinyati, Bhava animation, Lahuta, Mudutta, Kamanyata. So there's Nyaya Dharma should be known, should be understood, that kind of Dharma. We call Nyaya Dharma, Nyaya Nama. Yangenchi Ati Nyaya Nama. Nyaya Dharma. We say in Pali is 5 kind of Nyaya Dharma. Sankhara, Vikara, Lakhana. Lakhana is 4 Lakhana Rupa. Lakhana and Panyati, all kind of Panyati Buddha know. And the last one, Nibbana. 5. Sankhara, Vikara, Lakhana, Panyati, Nibbana. So 5 kind of Dharma should be known, should be understood. Without understanding these 5 kinds, we didn't say that person is not Buddha. Buddha is knowing everything. So knowing everything, every Dharma means only 5 kind of Dharma. Sankhara is including Nama and Rupa, mentality and materiality. But these Rupa is especially in separately Vikara Rupa, and Lakhana Rupa is separately. Because, to understand the materiality is Vikara and Lakhana is also important to explain the nature or the materiality. Without these Vikara, Lakhana, material understanding, we cannot explain the nature of our body, isn't it? That's why Buddha understands the another 2. Sankhara is including Rupa, but especially Vikara Rupa and Lakhana Rupa, characteristic Lakhana Rupa. And then Panyati. Panyati also very important. Panyati is, every daily life, everybody use Panyati. So that's why Buddha trying to explain his Dharma with Panyati. Without Panyati, nobody know, nobody understand. That's why Buddha very well expert all kind of Panyati. Buddha know all languages. All languages. Buddha can speak all languages. Not only Pali. You can imagine. So Panyati, and then the last one is Nibbana. Yeah. So 5 kind. 5 kind of Dharma we call here Nyeya Dharma. Nyeya. N-E-Y-Y-A-N. Nyeya. N-E-Y-Y-A. Nyeya Dharma. Here is Nyeya. So the person who is a Buddha or not, we can, the person know all kind of Nyeya Dhamma. All kind of Nyeya Dhamma means 5 kind of Nyeya Dhamma. So Sankhara, Vikara, Lakkhana, Panyati, Nibbana. So this is a very, very important. So not mentioned here the kind of Nyeya Dhamma is how many, but later I think we can learn, we will learn later in different sutta. Not here. I think not here. Because here too much explaining, so cannot go ahead. Take your time. So that's why you can learn that one. Just mention, I mentioned here a little bit more information about the Nyeya Dhamma. So understood Dhamma is 5 kind. Okay, Yasamawa. Yasamawa means wa is another way, in the other way. Wa here, wa meaning in the other way. Yasama, therefore, chattari, 4, Satchani. Satchani is a true, 4 noble truth, the meaning. Chattari, Satchani, 4 noble truth, Attanapi, himself, Uji. Uji is no. Buddha know 4 noble truth, himself. Himself meaning is no teacher, without teacher. Inyebi. Inyebi means the other living being. Inyebi Sati. Yes, Sati. Sati is a living being. Inyebi Sati. The other, not including Buddha, the other meaning is not including Buddha, the other living being, Inyebi Sati, body see. Buddha let know them that Dharma. That's why we call Buddha is Buddha. So Buddha we call because of Buddha's know 4 noble truth himself without teacher, and he teach to the other to know these 4 noble truth. That meaning, okay? That's why we call that person, that qualification person is Buddha. Tasma, therefore, eva madihi karanehi. Eva madihi karane means like this cause, like this the reason. Like this reason, these reason, Buddha, we call Buddha. So Buddha is a two different meaning. Him, 4 noble truth, himself, no. Himself, he know himself 4 noble truth. And also, Buddha teach the others to know 4 noble truth as well. That's why these reason we call Buddha. Yeah, that meaning. Imasacha. Imasaja Panatasa. 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 Pana is continuously explaining. Atasa, imasaja, atasa, we together translate. Imasa is this. Atasa is a meaning. This meaning also. Imasaja patasa. This meaning also. Vinyapanatha. Vinyapanatha means to know. Vinyapanatha, to know. Bujita. Bujita means Buddha himself know the Satchani. Satchani is a Four Noble Truth. Buddha, we call Buddha. Bodhidwa. Vajayadi. Bodhidwa, Vajayadi. Vajaya is other living being. Bodhidwa. Buddha teach to know Four Noble Truth. That's why Buddha. Buddhoti, Buddho iti. Iti like this, eon, iti eon like this. Pavoto. Pavoto is happening. Sabato, Sabhobi. Sabho is all. Nedi sa nayo. Nedi sa nayo. Reference method. Naya is method. The reference methods. Patisambhida nayo. Wa? Patisambhida method. Vitharitavo. Should be GT. Should be the detail. If you want to learn more detail, you need to learn the Nidisa and Patisambhida. So Nidisa, Patisambhida is in the Khuddaka Nikaya. So if you want to learn the Khuddaka Nikaya and those two kind, the Patisambhida is very good. The kind of the sutta. Very, very many information you will get from that. Patisambhida is so Patisambhida is also good to learn for us. Okay, so that's why in English translation, he is enlightened. He is enlightened, the Buddha, with the knowledge that belong to the fruit of liberation. Liberation is a kind of vimutti. Since everything that he can be known has been discovered, Buddha by him, not the not with the teacher, or alternately, he discovered Buddha, the Four Noble Truth, by himself, and awaken. Awaken means to let understanding to the other, to the thus for other such reason he is enlightened Buddha, we call. Yeah. And then in order to explain this, meaning the whole passage in the Nidisa, beginning thus he is a discoverer Buddhita of the Four Noble Truth. Thus he is enlightened Buddha. He is awakened Bodhita. Bodhita is awakened means he trying to wake up the other person because all living beings in the universe, they are totally de-sleep with the kilesa, mind defilement. That meaning, Buddha, wake up to understand the Dharma. Huh? Yeah. So that meaning. So of the generation that he is enlightened, the Buddha, so same passage from the Vipassanā. So you should be quoted in detail in these two kind of sutta, Vipassanā and Nidisa. Okay. Okay, so right now you understand the special quality why we call Buddha. Okay, Buddha is a special quality for the Blessed One. Okay, and then we go to the next one. The last one, I think, Bhagawa, isn't it? Bhagawa is the last special quality of the Buddha. Araham Sama Sambuddho Vichacharana Sambandho Sukhato Lokavitu Nuktaro Burisa Dhamma Sarati Sattha Deva Manusana Buddho Bhagawa. So nine. So the last one, the quality of the Buddha is Bhagawa. So Bhagawati Ida Panasa. Panasa is Pana Asa. Pana is here. Pana is the next one. The next one or the special quality. The last one or the special quality of Buddha explained here is Bhagawati Ida. So Bhagawati Ida is this what? Bhagawas this what? Guna Visita Sabha Satutta Makaru Karawa T. Wachan. Very long. Very long. So guna is quality. So quality here, quality is a vacuum. The quality of vacuum, the quality of the concentration, the quality of the panya, wisdom, and the quality of the vimoti, freedom or liberation, and then vimoti jnana dasana, the how to know the freedom, the way of the freedom, the way of the liberation. So these 5 quality we call here guna. So Pali is a very short mention, guna, but many included 5 quality. Sila, guna, samadhi, guna, panya, guna. So 3. Sila, samadhi, panya, vimoti, guna, vimoti jnana, dasana, guna. So only how the understand the liberation is not finished. How to get that kind of liberation, knowing by wisdom is vimoti jnana dasana. So this is the last quality, guna. So there are 5 kind of guna. Sila, samadhi, panya, vimoti jnana dasana. Guna visita. Visita is the visita is like so pass with the exam, just pass with exam, and the exam pass with credit is different, isn't it? So like this, visita is specialty. Visita. So Buddha is a specialty. That specialty is not the other. These five guna, five special, five the kind, five kind of quality, five kind of qualification. Because of these five kind of qualification, Buddha has a specialty, isn't it? So that's why here guna visita, guna visita, and then sabba. Sabba satutta, sabba satta, Abhidhamma. So these were many words combined, so very difficult to understand. So we separately like this. Sabba is all, isn't it? Satta is a living being. So sabba satta, all living being. Uttama. Uttama. Sabba satta uttama. Yeah, Uttama is the best person. The best. So Buddha is the best person than the all living being, isn't it? So that meaning is satta sattu dhamma. Sabha sattu dhamma. So Buddha is the best person than all living being because Buddha has speciality five kind. Sila, Samadhi, Panya, Vimoti, Jnana, Dasana, isn't it? So that's why here very long one. Guna Visita Sabba Sattu Dhamma. Guna Visita Sabba Sattu Dhamma. Dhamma. Uttama. Uttama is the best. The best person, supreme person. Because the other living being cannot compare with the Sila, Samadhi, Panya, or the Buddha. Yeah, that's why. And then Guru. Guru in India, they say Guru. Guru is the teacher. Guru is the person teacher. Yeah. So Guru Garawa is here. Guru Garawa together. Pali is a Guru Garawa. Yeah. Garawa is respect. Guru meaning is deeply respect. Yeah. Guru Garawa. Adivachana. Adivachana means Adivachana is a meaning. So here this long word Guna Visita Sabha Sattu Dhamma Guru Garawa Adivachana. So Bhagavan meaning is Buddha has five the quality Sila, Samadhi, Panya, Vimoti, Jnana, Dasana, more than all living beings. So that's why Buddha is the best person. That's why all living beings deeply pay respect to the Buddha. The meaning is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is very, very many meaning, isn't it? Bhagawa, 3 syllables. Bhagawa. But meaning is money. This is a very short way we explain. Bhagawa is, I think a little bit more explain here. I think Bhagawa is many explanation we need to understand. Okay, so Tenahu, Tena Ahu, Tenahu, Tena Ahu, Tena, that's why. Ahu, Ahu is a talk. Borana, Borana meaning is the Asian teacher or ancestor teacher. Asian teacher or ancestor teacher. That's why talk like this. Bhagavadi Vachana Siddha. Bhagavadi Vachana. Vachana is a what? Bhagavad what is Siddha. Siddha is the best. So Siddha Uttama Pali saying. Uttama, we say Sabba Satuttama. Uttama. Uttama and Siddha is the same. And then Bhagavati Vachana Uttama. Vachana Uttama. Yeah. That's why here Uttama again. So Bhagavati Vachana, the word of the Bhagava is Uttama, the best or supreme. Kru Karawa Yutoso. So means the Buddha, Kru Karawa Yuto. Kru Karawa Yuto means very deep respect, suitable to pay deep respect. Yuto is a suitable. Yuto is a desert. Yeah, English use a desert. You deserve like this. So the Buddha is to pay deeply, to pay respect. Yeah, is deserved for the Buddha. That's why. Karukarawa Yuto so. Bhagawa Tena Uchadi. That's why we call Bhagawa. Bhagawa Tena Uchadi. Uchadi is called. Okay, so that's why in English translation, the Blessed One, the Buddha, is a term signifying the respect and the veneration accorded. Yeah, accorded is the yuto, accorded to him as the highest of all living beings, and then distinguished by his special quality. Special quality meaning is sila, akyu, samadhi, concentration, panya, wisdom, vimoti, liberation, vimoti jnana dasana, how to get the liberation. Understand? So that special quality Buddha has. So that's why Buddha we call Bhagawa. Hence the Asian teacher said like this. Blessed One, the Buddha is the best, or the what? The blessed Bhagawa is the finest what? Deserving all and veneration. The blessed Bhagawa is the name, therefore. Okay. Okay, so we have to not finish yet about the Bhagavan. We have to a little bit more detail. Think Abhidhamma nama. Chatu is a four. Abhidhamma is a four kind. Abhidhamma nama. At Avatikam. So nama name meaning is here is playing the four kind. Number one is Avatika. Avatika is just temporarily we say some kind of name. The temporary name is Avatika. You know, later we explain. Avatika is just temporary name, not the other. Then Lingika. Lingika is just a feature. It's a long or shape that just shape. Lingika is because of shape we call something the name. We put the name. The table, chair, etc. We call because of they have a different shape, isn't it? This kind of shape we call table. This kind of shape we call chair. Because of Lingika. Lingika is kind of the shape. Okay? Lingika and Nimetika. Another name is Nimitika. Nimitika. Nimitika is the quality. Because of quality, we call that name, isn't it? So number three. Number one, Avatika. Number two is Lingika. And then number three is Nimitika. Nimitika is a kind of the qualification. And Aditya Samopana. Aditya Samopana. Aditya is beyond the cause. Aditya Samopana means beyond the cause. Beyond the cause, we call something we call the name. That kind of name is Aditya Samopana. So in the wall, we put the name is in those with different four kind. Number one, Avatika. Number two, Lingika. Number three, Nimitika. Number four, Aditya Samopana. Okay, so four kind. In the wall, we put the name, something we put the name, living being or non-living being, whatever. We put the name is because of these four. Because of these four. Okay, so one by one we explain here. Dicchasmopana nama. What is the nature Dicchasmopana here explained? Lokiya or harina. Lokiya or harina means in our daily life usage. In our daily life, the different kind of languages we call something, isn't it? Yadaichakanti Otang Hoti. Yadaichakan. Yeah, Yadaichakan is a kind of the name. So explain later with the example. Okay. Tata, in these four kind of the name, Wacho, yeah. Wacho is a very young cow. Wacho, Damo. Damo is the little bit kind of the grown up cow, Damo. Belibado is the already grown up. That cow is ready to draw the heavy load, something like this. Iwamadi, etc. Aortica, we call aortica because all our cow that we different using. Oh, this is a young cow. This is a grown up cow. This is a already grown up cow. But cow is cow, isn't it? But that kind of temporary name because of the situation changing temporarily name we call aortica. Yeah, temporarily name. Yeah. Okay, you understand? Yeah, like this. In our daily life, we call like this. Very very different kind of name. Yeah, this is aortica. And then dandy. Dandy is the person who has a stick. That person we call dandy. Chatti. Chatti is the person who has an umbrella. Huh? That person we call chatti in Pali. Huh? In Pali. And in other languages also, yeah, different they're according to their language, they call. Huh? Chatti is the person who has an umbrella and Sikhi. Hmm? Sikhi is the person who has kind of the and then curry. Curry is the kind like an elephant. So Iwamadi, etc., that kind of name we call Lingika because of shake. Because of they have a different shape, that's why we call like this. There's a kind of this trunk we call elephant. It's because of the elephant. Yeah. So like this. Tewicho. Sorry, a little bit beyond focus. Tewicho is the Ouija. Who the person who has a Ouija? Salabino. The person who has Salabino child is a Chalabino child, this kind of Abinya. The person who has this kind of Abinya. So Iwamari, etc., we call the name is Nematica. Because of they has a special quality, isn't it? Special quality. Like in our daily life in English, or that person doctor, because he know the medicine. That we call doctor. The other person, or that person is a professor because he can teach the higher level of teaching. He has a special qualification. So because of that, we put the name like this. Here, Pali is Dewicho. Dewicho is the person who has a Weja, three kind of Weja, you know. Bobaniwasa, Devacheku, Aswakaya, three kind of Weja we call in Pali. So the other different in our daily life usage, a doctor, engineer, the professor. So this is because they have a special quality, special qualification. So that's why we call them like this. Then put the name like this. So that name is Nemitika. Okay. And then Siri with the goal. city with a goal. City is a kind of the city is we say glory. Yeah, glory. City is a glory. Buddha is the great, the person who has a great glory. Glory. Yeah. And then Dana with the core. Dana is a properties. Dana with the core. That person increase the properties with the core. With the guy increase. So that person is he can make how to move more properties. Iwamadi, like this, etc., like this. Vachanatan. Yeah, Vachanatan is, Vachanatan is the meaning of what? Anapikitwa. We don't, because of city would go, we call, that person is very rich. We call that person is Dhanawudaka, but that person very poor, maybe. But name is Dhanawudaka. Dhanawudaka is a rich person, meaning, but actually he is poor. So that's just name, not match with reality. That kind of name also. Yeah. So Anapikitwa Pawoda happening like this, no, not actually connecting with the meaning of what just we call that kind of name is we call a teacher's movement. Teacher's movement. Okay, so that's why here is a full kind of name. Here English translation like this. Alternately, the name of full kind denoting a period of life. So period of life is temporarily changing something. Yeah. And then describing particular mud or particular the kind of the shape, color, or something like that. And then signifying the particular acquirement or quality or fortuitously arising, which lasts in the current usage or the what is called conspicuous. Here name denoting period of life, those such as yearning, car, witcher, steer to be trained, dharma, but they all are calm, york of Pali, Wada. So all are calm like this, but name is different because of the periods of life, because of the temporary name. So name describing a particular mark on those such as step barrier, the dandy, umbrella barrier, chatti, tom knot wearer, siki, elephant carry. So like this. And then the name signifying a particular acquirement are those such as a possessor of the three who clear vision, the Vijja, the Vijja. And then professor of the sixth direct knowledge, the Abhinyas, Chala and like this. So that is a special quality we call. Such names are the Siddhivuddhaka, Argumenter or Luster, and Dandavuddhaka, Argumenter of the world, etc., is a fortuitously arising name. Because the name is, the reality is not match. So they have no reference to the what or meaning. So in our daily life, we use these 4 different names. We have to understand. Okay, so I think we need to stop here today because already 10 minutes over. Sorry about that. Not finished yet about the explaining about the Bhagawa. So yeah, I think we finished next week. The kind of explaining about the Bhagawa. So Bhagawa is a little bit more explaining, I think, to understand more detail. So anyway, you understand the nine special quality of Buddha you use to practice meditation. Again and again, arahant, or sammasambuddha, or etc. You can practice meditation to build up your power concentration. So after build up your power concentration, you can apply with the power concentration in your practice or Vipassana, insight meditation. It's very useful to understand clearly the nature of body and mind. So that's why the Buddha Nusadi, recollection of the special quality of Buddha is important. Okay, so thank you very much for your watching. Before stop the lecture, we wish Buddha teachings stay longer and longer in the universe. So Buddha Sasanam Chirantita 2 and 3 times, please. Buddha Sasanam Chirantita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chirantita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chirantita 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punya asawakayang wang hodu. Idame punya nibbanasa pacayo hodu. Idame punya megapala nyanasa pacayo hodu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. See you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.